4 shows in one day. It's like Stream of Many Eyes all over again.
Yes, we feel like we just did this, did this a little while ago.
With me today is Shauna.
Hey, special outfit for the special day of 100th episode celebration. So this has been awesome.
Epic cosplay, unbelievable. And Dylan Ramsey, how are you?
I'm doing really good too. I have a much less impressive costume. I literally just took stuff out of my closet.
Nice.
Yeah. I have no costume. So, people in the chat, if you have any questions or comments, fire them off, and we'll try to address them as we go.
Oh, God, yeah. There's a lot.
There's going to be a lot to unpack with this one.
We are going to run down and discuss all 4 shows. So, for people who might not know, today, the Dice Camera Action Group got together with the Acquisitions Inc. C team, and they played games together. That's 8 players and 2 DMs. And they played 4 games. 2 run by Chris Perkins, who runs Dice Camera Action, and 2 by Jerry, who runs Acquisitions Inc. So this was kind of a big thing. They were all together in the same room. And Shauna, can you run down what happened on the first of the 4 shows?
Yeah, so the first of the 4 show was Evelyn being with Paulton, which is kind of a side note. It was mostly Evelyn basically being chaperoned by Dinar and Walnut around Red Larch, basically for Omen to look good and kind of like meet the mom and look at Red Larch. And then after a bunch of that, a bunch of Mercy Killers came in looking for Strix and Diath. And they fought them. And before the fight was over, they were summoned by Sentient Mists. And that's where the episode cut out.
So it was like Planescape and Ravenloft in one show, which was quite the twist, you know?
Yes.
Like the Mercy Killers. The Mercy Killers show up and you're like, oh, we're going to do Planescape stuff. But then... nope, it was the Mists, and that's yeah. So this group was who were the 4 people in this one? It was let's see.
It was you mean the character name or the player name?
Characters.
It was Evelyn Paulton from like DCA, and it was Walnut and Donar from C Team.
So it. Omen actually sent Evelyn a letter. Which is basically, come check out my inn, and
yes,
come check out the inn where I grew up. Meet my moms, whatever.
Yeah.
Make my employees make me look good.
Yeah, and he told Walnut specifically, do not fall in love with Evelyn. So yeah.
I love the way Jerry played it, where she read that line, and then Evelyn walked in. And he described her as an upper planner being emerges through the door.
A dead plant came back to life.
Yes. And then there was Paulton, who just so not even a threat for Omen. Just like, yeah, just bring this guy.
Nope.
He didn't even want to go until he heard about the alcohol. And then he
it's on brand for Paulton.
He mooched. Then he mooched it, even though it wasn't really. Yeah. It's like, it's on the house, right? Like, I guess so.
Yeah.
So they went to Red Larch, right? Which is a village. It took 2 days to get there. I think Red Larch is the village from Princess of the Apocalypse, where I don't know why I'll never forget that weird image of that place in the book. With like a cowboy on a cowboy hat, basically, or something in a muddy town. Yeah, that's how I don't know. That's not what it was. But that's just what as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Whoa,
wow!"
And then
I love D&D cowboys.
Yeah, well, you're gonna want to go to Red Larch because there's the Earth Cult has things going on there apparently at one point. So yeah, they went there. And it felt like Walnut and Donar didn't know what to make of the heroes at
No.
all.
I don't blame them.
Through the
Yeah.
whole day, I don't think they ever got a right.
No, because I think Walnut was the one that met Diath, so Dinar has no idea who any of these people are. Even during like the gift exchange, it's like I don't remember this person.
Yeah. So they went there. They met Omen's mom, who was Profa. Is that her name?
Profa, yeah.
Yeah.
She cooked up some food and seemed to sort of be sizing Evelyn up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Mercy Killers showed up. Now, aren't the Mercy Killers are after Strix, right?
Yes.
So why'd they show up there?
I think it was related to the episode after that, which I think actually took place before the first one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because they didn't find Strix and Diath at their home in Waterdeep, and they were like, "Oh, we'll send someone to Red Larch. Maybe they're there."
Mm-hmm.
So,
Hmm.
I think that's what it was.
Yep.
Although, if in the second episode things hadn't played out the way they did, I don't know how they would have how to play that.
I don't know.
Possibly
It
the
works.
same. I don't know, but it worked.
That second, I have serious questions once we get to that second episode.
God.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Mercy Killers, there's two of them, right? They showed up and Porphyra hammered some nails into the door and did some kind of magic to try to
Some
ward
sort of
them out.
warding.
And Mercy Killers were there just to, I don't know, kill the heroes and
Do what Mercy Killers do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Collect the bounty.
Yeah.
And they got
Bring some justice to the multiverse.
Yeah.
You know.
And then so eventually they killed the Mercy Killers, both of them. I'm so fried. Like I
think
think there are 4 of them, but I think 2 of them. Yeah. They
Okay.
definitely-
while I was watching these shows, I was writing the summaries and making the wikis. So
Mhm.
I'm like totally fried at
Oh,
this
I get it.
point. So
I've been watching since 2:00, 8 hours. So
Yeah. Same.
here we are.
I think it was a really good decision on their part to make the shows an hour and a half each.
Yes.
It felt like it really flew by, right?
It seems
Yeah.
like the DMs had a small enough thing to get done where it fits well with the time and the way that they planned it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Worked really well.
I don't like it. It really did fly by. Like
Mhm.
it's just like whoa. It was just kind of shocking to me, like how easy it was to watch. And like one you had mentioned before we started, there was almost no break between the shows.
Yeah.
Which was weird. The first one there was like a 10-minute break. I'm like, okay, good, because I was trying to get all my links and everything, and then it got shorter and shorter and shorter.
Yeah, it was switching in between. It was interesting to see the difference between like how the D&D chat is and how the Penny Arcade chat is. Like as far as like speed, like what goes on and stuff like that.
Well, how was it?
I'm gonna say it's like I think there's more for audience participation in the Penny Arcade one. So there's a lot more there like emotes because of the stuff they do in stream.
Really?
And
well, you can pay bits to give them charges or something, right?
Mm-hmm. And then
they have special abilities. I thought that was really cool.
That was we should talk about those. The
for the Waffle crew because they all had them.
They did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you know what they were?
So for Evelyn, I remember Jerry said it was basically just she becomes the sun.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fun.
She could have used that in the second one, but
well,
not me, but Chris. Chris.
Oh, yeah.
But Chris doesn't play with those.
Perkins. Strix's was she uses the filth around her to like empower her spells and make them more powerful. The damage. Very nice for a sorcerer, I can say. Diath's was he can basically use a reaction to protect someone, like in a cool way, on another creature's turn. What was Paulton's? I wrote it down.
Oh, Paulton's was the fourth wall one where you could ask the DM something.
That's right.
And that one was maybe like my favorite one.
Yeah. How did I forget that? Jeez, that's so awesome.
He does that all the time, so I mean it's kind of hard to.
Oh, that's true.
None of them used them, right?
None of them used them.
Paulton used his.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I forget when. Yeah, he definitely used it.
Oh, that's right.
To ask Jerry something.
Right.
I stayed in the D&D chat for most of it. I went over to the Penny Arcade for a minute just to throw some bits down.
Yeah.
But it was. I like the D&D chat. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, they're both pretty well like moderated chats. I mean, it's not like going into like a regular Twitch chat and just like, no.
There
They're all
was
really nice.
one troll towards the end, but he got banned.
I mean,
and that was it.
That's to be expected for something like this. There was around like there were a lot of people in this one, like twice, 1,500 more than usually with like I guess the both groups combined. Yeah, we had like 3,500.
Yeah, 3,500. DCA, I think the highest number I've seen on a Dice Camera Action regular show was 2,300. I think.
Yeah.
This was 3,500. I think at one point. It's a big thing. People were really into it, and it was good. It was easy to watch, and it was really fun. And it was cool that they kind of revolved the story around those rings.
Oh god. Yeah. Yes.
Like with Evelyn's soul in them that the Acquisitions Inc. group had gotten their hands on, and they still have them.
Yeah, and just interesting that they're separate. Yeah, that each of the rings brought one of the things in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mercy Killers.
So what happened when the Mercy Killers got defeated? Is that when the mists came in?
I think yes. Like even like I think as they were getting defeated, I think there's still one or two like left, and like the mist came. I think
it started like coming through the floorboards and stuff very slowly. And then Paulton realized what was going on and was like, "Well, guys, it's been nice."
Waffle Hut, right?
Yeah, he did make a Waffle Hut.
Yeah, he had a new like kind of preemptive thing where it's like, nope, there's no alcohol. Bring your own alcohol. I'm not responsible for what happens here. If I hear anything, I might use it against it. Probably, yes, I will use it against you.
And a ball gown appeared on Walnut, but then it went away.
Yeah, next episode.
I was kind of wondering what that was all about. I wonder if that was like my thinking was they're gonna do the ball tomorrow, and that
I think there's gonna be a ball.
Jerry slipped up for a second, got confused. That's kind of what I thought maybe happened.
Possible.
There's gonna be a wedding of some sort, definitely. I think tomorrow.
Yeah. I did not. I guess we'll get to this later, but I did not expect the villains to be the villains.
No,
I never heard of these people before. Right.
That's cool.
I never heard of them. These
it's an interesting choice.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you guys want to say about that first one?
It was pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. I think these first two are pretty straightforward, considering like they're all like intro episodes.
True.
Compared to like the back half is a lot of info like about the bad guys and stuff.
Lord, yeah.
Nobody describes stuff like Jerry does. Right?
No, Jerry is a wordsmith.
Yeah.
Like in the truest sense of the phrase, Yeah. Like everything is I don't want to say purple prose. It's not that bad, but it's very well constructed how he does everything. Like he uses words that are like they pop. Like you don't expect someone to use those words.
No.
Yeah.
Like I would never try to describe a Mercy Killer's armor, but he did.
Oh man.
Like shark fins. I'm just like, dang, dude. You just described the Mercy Killer's armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
I mean, Mercy Killer armor is so awesome. I don't know how you describe it that well.
And like, it's not like I don't think he had that written down. He just said that, know. He's very interesting. It's like, and when he described the building, he did a very he described the building and the layout.
It's a building, that they've been around, that they've been through the entire like series, so it's probably pretty set in stone, like as far as like how he describes that building.
Like me describing it, I'd be like, over here is this and over here is that. He didn't do it like that. He just said the words and somehow gave you a mental image. It was really like, it's crazy, man. And
there was something. Sorry if you're not done.
No, go ahead.
There was something Jerry said when the Mercy Killers were talking to each other. I think it was Walnut recognized their accent. It was the same as Omen's other mom. I forget her name. She's the courtier one.
Yeah.
That's really interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how that works, because I'm not like an avid follower of the C Team or anything, but that's really cool.
That was weird.
Eastern multiverse accent.
So that was episode. And another thing was, I'm sitting there like, all right, I got to write these recaps. How do I classify these? Like, are two of these episodes Acquisitions Inc. shows, and two of them are Dice Camera Action shows? So I just asked it in the chat, and like D&D responded and told me basically these are all episode 100. So I have them listed as episode 100 A, B, D.
Episode 100 is going to be a really big page.
Yeah.
No, I just split it up on the wiki to 5. It's going to be 5 pages total.
Yeah. Oh, that fifth.
So it's these are all apparently Dice Camera Action episode 100, and I'm sure they're also Acquisitions Inc. episodes. Blah 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 blah. So
that's nice.
Yeah. So
I like the big event for episode 100 a lot.
Yes. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, me too. Awesome. Just awesome idea. They should do it, and they were talking about doing this again.
Oh
yeah. Lord, yes, they got to. Yeah, or at least for like the live shows.
Oh yeah, I love that. Holy crap.
Yeah, they should.
Live shows of like Acquisitions Inc. and DCA. Like Jared said, he doesn't want to say it's more fun, but it is.
There is, their energy is definitely different for like the live shows versus the tape shows.
Yeah.
Like feeds off a little bit.
It is.
The way like Chris thrives at a live show, I love it. I love it so much.
There was a thing; it wasn't necessarily like picked up on the audio for like the Mercy Killer episode, but there was a really like intense like vocal thing that went on the speakers as he said the words. It was wild.
Yes,
it's so loud.
Okay, so then we got show number 2.
Show number 2. It's in Waterdeep, and Cathris and Rosie have been sent by Omen basically to get them out of the way so he has an easier time to impress Evelyn. Sent them to visit the Acquisitions Mega location in Waterdeep. They meet up with Strix and Evelyn at their mansion. They get attacked by Modrons and then followed by Mercy Killers.
Wee woo.
They managed to like basically escape enough until like with the Waterdeep like guards come in and like manage to possibly subdue one of them, and then the Mists take them.
Okay, so the bad guys. There was 3 Mercy Killers, each with a unique personality and appearance.
Yeah.
And then there was this. I don't know what she was. Well,
it's a Chronomancer.
Chronomancer, but like, it's like
you described her as a
first I was like, oh, it's a hag. But
same.
Maybe not a hag. And I'm like, oh, it's a witch. And it's like, he said it's a Chronomancer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and apparently, I don't know this, but she's able to rewire Modrons to turn them into like living bombs. Is that the deal?
It seems that way.
Seems that, yeah.
Now,
or Monodrons.
There was another episode where a Chroniker.
Yes, the Chronikers. Yeah, those were also with the Mercy Killers.
What's with the time travel? What is that?
I think
that amazed me.
Yeah.
That the old guy, the old Mercy Killer, he was like, well, maybe we came at the wrong time. They inherit the mansion after the old lady dies. Like, I've never really thought about, they plane hop and time travel at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know if it's maybe like time traveling or if it's like the chroniclers know what happens, or have information. But yeah, there's definitely some maybe also there's that weird thing when she was like teleporting. That there was like either it's a different location or it's a different season. It was odd.
Well, I know in 2nd edition they came out with the Chronomancer book, which I got, but I never really read. It was too much of a wall of text for me.
Yeah.
But they do exist. They've existed for a long time in D&D, and time travel is like, a thing.
Yeah.
It's just strange to pair it with. I just didn't expect it.
Yeah.
No, same.
It seems like that could be its own thing. It seems almost like, in a way, like overkill. Like, but no, but I mean, like, it doesn't really matter. But it's just like the Mercy Killers weren't enough. Like, well, it's like, okay, why is this happening? Why is this Chronomancer with the Mercy Killers? And what's her stake in this? Is she a Mercy Killer?
I don't think it seems like maybe they're represents maybe of Mechanist or something like that. Like order.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Because
too.
That's where the Maruts come from as well. And that beast is not shown up yet.
Because I mean, she had the clock tower hat and the whirring staff and the Modrons. So, and then if a Marut shows up, it all connects to Primus and the Modrons and all that. And they're all about like law and order. So breaking a planner contract is kind of
because did any of you see the Lori Should Know where Chris explained the Marut?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, they had the thing where one Marut is like the holder for one contract, so it's that thing. So if they kind of destroy that thing, they have a chance to like maybe nullify that thing.
If they destroy it.
If they destroy it, or if it basically beats them and takes them back to where it's signed.
Roots are like really powerful, right?
Yeah.
Mad Fartigan, welcome.
Hey.
Maybe they had no control over when they arrive in Barovia or the Shadow Realm. They just show up after the mist showed up.
Sure.
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know what the deal is with that. But like, what I was thinking actually when they first showed up was, is this lady one of the Skizixes?
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I'm glad we were all on the same page there.
Yeah, because I was like I'm wondering like if we're gonna when we're gonna start seeing Skizixes around.
Because it seemed like she was a really cool NPC.
Oh yeah, the voice that Chris did for her.
She's not gone either. She's
it's true.
I don't think they've defeated her. Yeah.
The thing about this time travel hunter kind of thing is, if they know kind of your activities in time, then what's stop? They can just show up when you're most vulnerable.
Yeah.
When they're all asleep, just take them. So it's kind of weird. I'm sure there's all sorts of limits to what she can do. I mean, maybe she's a chronomancer. Maybe most of her powers are just kind of like little gimmicky things, like move forward 6 seconds in time, or like time stop.
Like time stop, yeah.
But time stop's like a 9th level spell, I think. It's a very high level spell, I think. So I don't know what she can and can't do.
Yeah.
I've said it before on Waffle Talk, how Chris has used time travel magic a lot before in his I Am Andra campaign. So I think he has a good enough handle on it that it's not going to get too crazy. Like I'm sure he has rules in his mind what can and can't happen with time travel.
Yeah.
You kind of have to lay that out for yourself if you're going to deal heavily in it,
Otherwise, it happens what we did is you have 18 timelines in it. You have to make a little map, and that's complicated.
It's a little complicated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool NPC, and I hope we see more of this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And if she is a Skizix, it's like, ooh,
Yeah.
I initially chronomancers,
Yeah, I initially thought that this this hunter was gonna be around like specifically around the that pact, but it seems like it's the rings. But I'm wondering if that's something Chris is saving for the show for just them.
They on the table talk, they did talk about me and Chris were wondering if we should do more Planescape or something else. So I wonder if they had gone just like full tilt Planescape if it had been that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked how they did it.
I like how this is like at least like a mini arc thing. Like if there's it's like they'll have a bad guy and then it's linked enough, but by tomorrow maybe they'll
Maybe.
Stop it. Who knows?
Or they'll make it worse.
Again, it's like with Chris, like I would never have guessed this ever.
Oh yeah.
You know, I would have, and I would have been fairly confident in my guess about what was going to be on these shows, and I would have been like 100% wrong, like 100%. So it's one of the fun things about Dice Camera Action. It's just really hard to guess what's going on or what's going to happen next. So, but and Milo is there, his dog.
Oh yes, Milo was here. Yay, Milo's so good.
I love his dog.
Yeah.
Very well behaved dog too.
Yeah.
Right?
No barking at all.
Good boy.
I used to have a dog that would try to eat people's dice.
Oh.
Like, Sean, your dog. I feel like, Casey, what are you doing? I have to like, what do you do? She didn't actually eat them, but she did like to mess with them and stuff. So please leave their dice alone. So, they showed up, and it was like, I kind of wonder if they were expecting to have a combat, but there was no combat. The heroes like Strix and Diaz went to hide.
Yeah.
Together in a cramped space, right? And
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's for that party. Yeah, because it's like the first Team A is like Team Beef, like double paladin like aura. Team. I mean, that's Team A, but Team B is like hide behind grandma.
Yeah. And so
accurate.
They went to hide, and Cathris and Rosie kind of talked Rosie basically pretended to die, which was funny, very funny.
Yeah.
And then they come back, and it's
her
like
job manservant Drizzt.
and they come back, and they're like, you're gonna destroy the multiverse. And they're like, no, not really. Well, we might, but and then she said, did the diddle fingers.
The diddle fingers. Yes.
And pointed out that over all this time that Strix and Diaz have known each other, they've never done the diddle fingers.
For like, God, there was one like in the fourth episode where like Strix was talking about like the wedding, and you see Kate like do that motion. It's just like, it's so...
Yeah. And they have been together for years, and they never.
They sleep in. Sleep in the same room, but one's on the floor.
Yeah, and he had one hand on. What's his name of his dagger? Moon
Splinter.
Moon Splinter.
Yeah.
And he held her hand on the other. It seems like they've gotten closer over the last few shows.
Yeah. This special, there's a lot more like hand holding and stuff from them than usual.
And hugging, yeah.
Hugging, yeah.
They're getting really close now.
Strix told Diaz to get under her robe.
Oh, really? I missed that part.
Yes.
Get under my robe. He would come out with garbage all over the.
There's like a rat in his hair.
He needed like asbestos mask,
God. Yes, Strix is not. Strix is not the most clean at all.
So yeah, this crazy clock lady showed up, and they ended up fighting the guards. I guess that's when the mists rolled in, and so the mists took their house, and it took the inn that Omendron's mom owns. Right?
Yeah.
So the whole buildings got taken, which was weird. Oh, so okay. So the Modron's doing wee woo, and I guess that was like a countdown to explosion. The closer it got to its target, the quicker the wee woos, I guess.
Yeah.
And I think that's like people. Okay, and I think it's the Great Modron March. Not to spoil anything, but there's bad guys who experiment on the Modrons.
Yeah.
I will not remember this probably.
Oh, I better stop. There might be. Maybe. But yeah, so who knows? Maybe Chris is
maybe.
Chris or maybe they're an extension of those people, or
who knows?
Or just a chronomancer who works with people from Mechanus and was given some Modrons to use as flunkies which is weird. Like Primus, Primus hands over Modrons. That's kind of weird. I wouldn't expect that.
They kind of go back, right? Like if they die on the plane, just kind of come back. So it's like you loan them out a little bit.
I guess.
I know that the Fraternity of Orders sometimes has Modrons helping them, and the Modrons even sometimes like go and intervene in the Blood War occasionally on the side of the Devils. So, it happens.
Awesome. Law is law.
That's really
law is law, exactly.
Yeah. So at the end, the mists enveloped the building, and they all got sucked into what I thought was Barovia.
Barovia. It's like another demiplane.
At that point, I'm like, oh, okay, we're doing a Strahd thing. Here we go.
I mean, at that point, I'm like, what is happening? Oh my god! Like, is this gonna be like?
Yeah.
Because we have the just like Cosrum like stuff, and then there's like the idea of like having that and like the Strahd stuff in the same time, and also with people who have no idea what's going on, because like these 2 episodes they just like summarize what they did in the rest of the team were like, what?
What do you mean that
multiverse? But like, really? Okay, yeah.
So then, episode 3. What happened on episode 3?
The Team A is in what they think is Barovia, and they basically find out that the rings, that little like Van Richten showed up finally, like, and Paulton basically did not kill him, but we figured out that there's another side effect to that ceremony, and that like it was slightly imperfect in the way that it released or allowed 2 of the darker powers that power Barovia to try and gain material form, and that's what they want, and that's basically what the conflict for this 100th episode is going to be. Is these 2 like lovers trying to get back together and get married, get together again?
When he said dark powers, I started racking my brain thinking about the creatures in the Amber Temple.
Same.
And I don't think these 2 are from.
No.
I
double checked. They're not.
I had a hard time with the names too. There's Laksha is the female.
Laksha and Vadir.
Vadir is the male.
And that's the one. That's the one that they fought in this episode. In this thing.
So they're dark powers of Ravenloft, and they can't be together.
Yeah,
Why?
that's because it's. I
don't know.
I think it's but like every other Barovian ceremony of like marriage is kind of like mirrors or has some aspect of their thing associated with it. That's the basis of that.
Van Richten said that they were Vistani from different little groups.
Oh yeah, he had a weird name for the groups too. Tasks, right?
Tasks. Yep. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And it was basically just the Skizix Lorkatha thing.
Yeah, I was
Vistani.
Yeah, I was thinking. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, this is like they're gonna even. It's like, shit. This is not good.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, okay, so where are we going with this? Like then I'm thinking, all right, so he's definitely messing with Dieth and Strix, maybe even Evelyn and Paulton.
He said it to the group that didn't have the people he was messing with.
And
Strix.
And it was like, I was like, just what? Like what? All right, I guess, So yeah, they appear in the Shadowfell, I guess.
Yep.
And so this one was the guy, right? Vadir.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they appear and they get into a real thing about Paulton and Walnut. Walnut has the ring.
Yeah.
Paulton wants the ring. Walnut is not giving it up because apparently Walnut needs the power of the ring to free her god from some kind of prison.
The ring scenario seems familiar for Paulton, except now he's on the other end of someone doesn't want to give up the ring.
Yeah, it's true. And that's
rings in the Shadowfell do not go together at all.
I didn't even think of that. That's true.
It's not easy, is it, Paulton, to like get a ring back for someone that doesn't want to give it up?
Wow, I didn't even think of that. And it was weird. It's like Walnut and Donar didn't really get along with Evelyn and Paulton.
No.
Much.
Especially Paulton mostly. I thought Donar was gonna tackle like someone said in the tabletop, like tackle Paulton.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so there was kind of like a lot of arguing, and then the bad guys, like a whole bunch of bad guys, showed up.
And
Veneer, is that his name?
Vadir, I think. Yeah.
He showed up with what was the deal with the Shadow Dragonborn? What was the deal with that? What was that?
I don't think, maybe it was just one of his like servants, maybe.
I think it was just a cool NPC.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
I've never thought about a Shadow Dragonborn before.
That seems really rad though.
Yeah.
Really cool.
He's like been unfurling like badass NPCs for the last 5 episodes, it seems like. And it's like, whoa, like where are these all coming from? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Even the crossbow hand guy, what happened to him?
Yeah, he's just around. They can show up anytime, I guess.
I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Where'd he go? And we didn't. I thought Warrington when on the one of the first episodes when they heard the banging upstairs. I thought I had hoped that it was Warrington Munt.
Yeah.
He's still lost in Waterdeep, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer. And that would have been cool actually if Warrington had showed up fighting the Mercy Killers. That might have been really cool.
Oh yeah.
That is fragmentation grenade.
Yeah, something to shoot at. Something he's allowed to shoot at.
Exactly.
God, blow up even more of the block.
God, that block. That house. Yeah, well, the house. Magnus does have insurance on it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so it's fine.
Oh, he does have insurance.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Hopefully, he worded it.
That was nice. That it did seem like when the Modron exploded, that the whole house was ruined. But Chris did. It's not ruined.
Only the bar and
the
out of the room.
Yeah.
And the unseen servants are fixing it. So.
Yeah.
No big
cool guys.
deal.
Yeah.
So Vadir showed up in a body. Oh, but does he have Mickey Mouse? Does he have Modron bomb insurance? That's a very good question. I doubt it.
Sentient plane insurance.
We don't know. You have flood robbery, but there is no planar insurance.
Right? But they have that in Sigil.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. You have devils do that. For you.
Did your home get taken through a portal unexpectedly?
So then that episode was a big fight. It was although Evelyn did go outside, distraction force. Wasn't able to cause distraction at all.
Never say distraction force. Every time distraction force comes up, it's not good. Distraction force is like something. It's a cursed word at this moment.
Her and Paulton both got nat ones on the animal handling.
They did.
Those forces were in
those forces won nothing with them.
It seems like Strix and Diath rolled really well, but Evelyn and Paulton carried the Waffle curse them too. Rowdy Sniper. Magnus seems like the kind of guy that would agree to everything the salesperson offered him because he's a nice enough guy. He's probably also rich. All those freaking magic items he has, he's probably really, really rich. But yeah, it's true.
Magnus is impulsive as all hell. So yeah, probably.
So yeah, they snuck out there. I guess they were going to try to steal a carriage. But it didn't happen. And Vadir came in to grab the ring. And we had a big brawl. And Profa, Omen's mom, was there, but didn't really get involved.
Yeah, they kind of like Chris and Jerry kind of like sidestep the NPCs that they usually play and stuff like that. Like each other's, like they kind of gave like let them have their voice, like that their DM's voice, rather than having to like try and pretend.
So basically, the deal is, if I got this right, Vadir needs one ring, and Laksha needs the other. Is that right? Once they have them, then they can unite and apparently take over the entire multiverse.
Another one.
Fun.
Okay. Good. There's 2 of them. Strix and Diath in the middle of 2 of those things. Good.
So he had taken over a body, and they had the big fight, and the Shadow Dragonborn was kind of like a wraith. You could see through it. And yeah, there's a big battle, and oh geez, and then that's true, Matt Fortigan. Wow, It is true. If they get both rings, then they can diddle fingers together. That is very true. I'll tell you, the episode where Strix and Paulton diddle fingers is going to be like a huge deal. When do you think that's going to happen?
Strix and DF? Probably never, because Chris is never going to let that happen. Maybe.
You think so? You think like
it's either that or it's going to be maybe this next episode, because this is a big. It seems like they've been possibly saving that going forward to something big, maybe, and this is maybe the big thing, because there is a lot of like mirroring to Dieth and Strix in these episodes, and it seems like there's a marriage ceremony is going to have to end this whole thing.
Yeah, but if Strix and Dieth get married, that would destroy the multiverse, right?
Or it would send the multiverse. You know, it doesn't necessarily. It's the marriage doesn't break the multiverse. It just breaks the contract and breaks the truce.
Yeah.
Which is the same thing, but it's not like a fireball just suddenly comes in.
So there's a part in this battle where Vadir, who is a dark power of Ravenloft, which is like second edition box set, the dark powers, they were the deal. They're the ones who stick the Dark Lords in the domains. So he just gave Evelyn her own domain of dread.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
Nightmare Realm round 2.
She had her own domain of dread, and she was stuck there alone. And so then it was like, Paulton tell him, and I was like, ooh.
Yes.
Paulton going to have to say,
I can't, I care.
Thought it was good, but he didn't.
He didn't. He danced around it.
Beating around the bush. And Chris let him get away with it. It's like, what are you? Yeah. But, I care. And he made a good roll. So
2 good rolls.
Yeah.
So now it's kind of like, what's the timing of these relationships? Because I think in general in fiction, once they get together, it gets boring.
It gets boring, but I mean, I've seen it in especially Critical Role, they get together at some point, and they're still, the character's still pretty dynamic, and it's just it changes things, but it doesn't it's not like in a TV show where someone gets married and it just kind of ends up there's nothing else,
Yeah. If the writers don't have anything to really do with the relationship besides the will they, won't they?
Yeah.
It gets stale. Yeah. But I mean, I trust in an RPG with your characters.
Do you?
You'll keep it fresh.
Oh, okay? Hold on a second. Mickey Mouse, can't the Skizzics and the Lorcatha just chill? Well, they're worried that if Dieth and Strix get together, the whole multiverse is going to be destroyed, or it ruins their pact. So it's like a big thing for them. So they you would think actually they'd be more intense about it, because Dieth and Strix are together all the time.
They're common law, maybe at this point, maybe.
They
act more like brother and sister.
It's true.
So Rowdy Sniper, my money.
Shauna's not buying that.
Well, it's just hands off,
Hands off,
yeah.
So there's not a lot of
they respect each other's boundaries,
Yeah. Not gonna
Strix
say.
has no idea what Middle Fingers is, so
I'm vetoing like a million comments in my head right now, so.
Oh, Lord.
Rowdy Sniper, my money's on the Evelyn Paulton smooch tomorrow over Striath Diddle Fingers.
That's a great name. I'll name my next D&D character that.
Yeah, maybe that'll be their kid. They'll have a kid. My money's on the Evelyn Paulton smooch tomorrow. Could be, because Paulton is now. I was hoping this would happen, and it did. Once other people got interested in Evelyn, Paulton kind of snapped out of it a little bit. And it's like, because Omen is coming hard, right?
Oh, yeah.
Full court press.
Yeah.
So Paulton, and she's very receptive. She was very receptive to Maloon. Very receptive to Omen.
Who wouldn't be?
Oh my.
Very receptive to Drizzt Do'Urden.
Yeah.
So You know, Paulton. I
I
mean, it's
mean,
kind of like
he's.
shit or get off the pot.
I mean, seriously. I mean, They were in Red Larch. You know, Evelyn met Omen's mom, so like,
Yeah,
gotta do it now, man. If you're gonna, I mean,
yeah, that's right. She met the mom. That's like
Paulton doesn't even have to worry about like introducing her to his parents because they're dead.
oh no.
Oh, true. You know what? What? I mean, Evelyn's family. What would they think of Paulton? I
Oh
would assume
Lord.
they
No,
won't like him at
no.
all.
Well, her parents are dead too, so it'd just be her
Yeah,
brother.
Brother, which
The
oh,
brother,
no.
who's apparently a real jerk, Brick.
You know.
So, yeah. Sniper, I'm looking forward to seeing Strieth Diddlefingers as an
Oh
NPC on
no.
Hell's Bells.
Do not teach me. No.
That might be
That's
really
that thing.
cool. Yeah. Yeah, so the Dark Lord thing was really cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was just a little realm where the graves of her family and friends were there, and it was all her fault. And she started to cry, and then a face started to appear in the clouds, but she stopped crying, so the face went away.
Yeah.
Don't know what that was.
I don't know what Chris would have done with that.
I don't know. Yeah.
It was just like a dark power, like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Somewhere in that fight, someone got shot with, what was it? Oh, it was Evelyn. Evelyn got shot. What was it? 46 points of.
Oh yeah.
And it was just like, it was real bad. And like, and it was like, was it like you lose like your hit points, equal amount of like, like kind of like those hit points are gone. Like, ugh.
Classic raid.
And
yeah.
The Dice Camera Action Group is higher level than the
the
other group. Yeah. Mickey Mouse, do you think Omen still has a chance now that Evelyn knows that he stole the rings?
He's kind of yeah, he's in the doghouse now. Like Evelyn did not react to that positively in any way. There will be questions.
The only reason I would say that Omen doesn't have a chance is just because he's not on the show every week. If he was on the show every week, Paulton's done.
Yeah, Paulton's done.
He's done.
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
It's just Paulton's there. That's the only.
I mean,
that's the only thing.
You don't steal a girl's soul, partial soul in 2 rings, and don't tell her.
I don't think I've ever seen a D&D group before where the characters all were 2 couples.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You'd think it would happen more, but it doesn't. I've never seen
Everybody just shacks up in the group.
Never once. Ever.
You get that challenge?
I do hear the challenge.
I always I love that.
I love it too. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's good.
I love stupid D&D romance so much.
Oh, it's so
I do
good.
too.
Especially when
Mordenkainen's Path of the Plains, like my character and Lux are kind of like and like I like kind of stress over it, like, did I do too much? Should I back off? You know?
I know that feeling.
Of course, mine is a silly I do backflips to impress you kind of a thing, so it's not really. But
there's nothing wrong with that, Sean. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's good.
Do you all? So yeah, that is a good thing. Good point that Evelyn didn't know that those rings were stolen.
Yeah.
But I would say, to me, if Maloon was there all the time, Paulton's done. If Omen was there all the time, Paulton's done. Although she does really like Paulton.
Yeah,
it's been that way from from before the show even started. So
yeah, like as a joking aside, I think her thing with Omen seems like a crush thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. This is probably it. This is probably done. Like done at this point.
To me, I feel like Paulton has to go a long way to prove that he really gives a crap. Because there's been so many times where he gave her the cold shoulder.
Yeah.
Gave her nothing, man. Nothing.
Especially with the Ring of Winter stuff. It's a really cold shoulder.
It was magical ice, man. Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
It's no joke.
I'm kidding.
And when the Paulton was like thinking about just giving the guy the ring and stuff like that, there was a little thing that Chris said, because they have Evelyn's soul in it. It's a little piece of her soul. And Chris said something about, well, you've heard about people with broken souls and they've been fine, but if someone with ill intent got a piece of your soul, it might be bad.
Yeah, it could work.
Who do we know with a piece of a party member's soul
Oh, that's right. Oh my.
Shemeshka. Yeah.
Oh, Shemeshka the
Piece
Marauder.
of Diath's soul. On one of these shows, Diath kind of had a little outburst where he declared he's not an angel thing, and that he knows his past, and it has nothing to do with the planes or something like that. And then Strix was like, "You don't know that." And
Yeah.
it's kind of like, "Ooh, okay."
Yeah. That made me think if there's like some weird memory altering crap going on with Diath.
Yeah.
That, like, he thinks he knows his past, but it's all made up or something. Like, I've seen that before, and I don't know what I would think of that with this. I think I'd like it.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question. Does Paulton deserve Evelyn?
I don't think anyone deserves anyone. That's a
mean?
loaded question. Yeah. Has he done enough to like warrant her love and affection? Probably not.
He's getting there. I mean, he's opening up.
He's getting better.
Can she do better? I guess that's another way of saying it. He's chaotic neutral, right? She's a paladin. Yeah. How is a chaotic neutral person gonna marry a paladin and have that work?
But she's
with a mechanical son with murder darts and no conscience at all. How's that gonna work?
He's getting better.
He has a soul. He hasn't killed.
Getting better.
Why hasn't killed in a while?
It's true.
When's he gonna start making dad jokes again? That's the Simon.
Oh God.
You know? I've been wondering the same thing.
Oh no.
I wish he hadn't died.
Matt Fardigan says no, that Paulton does not deserve Evelyn, and he points out that opposites attract. So
it's true.
That's true, but it doesn't usually work in the end. So
no, it.
I mean, wouldn't Paulton drag her down because he's chaotic neutral? She's gonna get involved in his shenanigans, and she's good and she has rules she has to follow. It seems like it's just a matter of time before he's gonna make her choose between violate. What's more important to you, Lathander or this drunk dude? Who, he's kind of there.
But if Lathander says it's all right.
Wait, Lathander or Deadpool? Who are you going to pick? That's her choice, Lathander is her whole life. Evelyn is not Evelyn if she's not a paladin, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
Do you think he would clean up? Do you think he would stop drinking for Evelyn?
Oh, I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Like, would he take that step for her? Like, that's a really important question.
No
way.
I don't know that he would.
I don't know.
It's really hard. It's really hard. It's like telling Evelyn, would you give up Lathander to be with Paulton?
The answer is probably no.
Yeah, it's a big question.
I just feel like Paulton needs to, in some way, take a bunch of steps forward and prove more. I mean, what is he giving up for her? Nothing, right? What would he give up for her?
That's true.
Nothing, right? I was thinking one thing
he's done more. He's done more for the group as a whole.
Yeah,
which I think is probably just him wanting to help Evelyn more than anybody. Like, he's friends with Strix and Diath, of course, and he cares about them, of course. But I mean,
I get the feeling under the right circumstances, him and Diath would kill each other.
Under the right circumstances, definitely.
They do not get along. Strix and Paulton get along.
Sort of. Very quarrelsome siblings.
Yeah. I think given extreme enough circumstances, they'd probably kill each other too.
Yeah. I mean, I think the time where Paulton cast a spell to force somebody to do something really made Strix really mad.
Yeah, I think going into
really mad.
Going into that whole thing with, I think Strix is ready to drop him. I think,
and she would destroy him. She would destroy him. Although with his counter, he was counterspelling, and he. I think he's a more skillful spellcaster than I think people. He flies under the radar.
Yeah.
But he knows what spells he has, and he knows when to use them now. And it's he dropped a greater invisibility on Evelyn. Greater invisibility. You attack, and you do not become visible when you attack. That is an epic.
That's a bard spell.
Good spell. He's picking good spells too. Dimension Door is a good spell. Like counter spell is a good spell.
He counterspelled Dinar's like Zone of Truth.
Yeah.
He did. He
was like, no.
He did. Yeah. So I don't know. You know what? If Strix and Paulton got into some kind of duel or something, he might be all right.
Well, on the Q&A on Tuesday, like Nate and Holly were talking about when the whole Ring of Winter thing was going on and they leveled up. Nate specifically picked spells to try and remove Strix as a threat. You know,
they both kind of did that, like just specifically.
Yeah.
So it was gonna be like it was gonna be the counterspell stack.
Oh Lord, I know that one.
The show would be weird though if Evelyn and Omen were a couple, and then there's Paulton there.
Just add Paulton for
that would be really weird.
Yeah,
be a weird show at that point.
Yeah, that would be a weird shit. A little bit like
100 episodes of the kind of twisting build, and then that would be a really strange.
Omen swoops in at like episode 90 and steals her heart.
Yeah.
So the fourth show. Does anyone? And this is where I really got fried.
That's what
Dylan, do you have a rundown on the fourth show?
I have a pretty vague one. So the group with Strix, Diath, Rosie, and Cthulhu peer Shadowfell. They go outside and they find themselves in, Shadowfell Waterdeep, basically. The buildings are kind of mixed around and things are really off. And I think they went to like a park that was like right outside their mansion for whatever reason. And there were some topiaries and stuff in the park. And one of them came alive and attacked the party.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they ended up beating it down and like cutting it open. And the woman of this weird dark power pair, what's her name again? It starts with an L.
Laksha?
Laksha. You got the depth. She came out and she told them what was up. And she was much more talky than the other one. Whereas the other one was like, give me the ring or I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
I'll take it from you. She was like, if you help me out here, I can help you and we can get these rings together and me and my love can be together and, it'd just be great,
Yeah.
And I forget what exactly happened at the end. I think they just sort of were like, all right, lady.
Yeah. Like she was being patient, I think.
Yeah.
They got brought to a clearing and then they looked into like outer space. And she realized all of a sudden that there was some kind of obstacle or something. She saw a starscape, and then she saw like a cloak. Then she pulled out her Taroka deck and started doing a Taroka reading, trying to figure out something got in the way. But ultimately, it seemed like she was like, "Well, it's gonna happen or whatever." But so did she,
what? They appeared in the Blood War. That's what it was.
Yes.
Right. How did I forget
Blood
that?
War's happening.
No. Okay. Now I was a little confused on that. Did they appear back in Waterdeep?
I don't
think there was
so.
a Blood War. I didn't get that.
I think it was Waterdeep, but we're not sure if it's
I'm not sure.
I mean, is it in the Shadowfell still? Are they in the Shadowfell?
Who knows? It could be. It could be another like pocket dimension or like demi-plane.
I think Jerry said there was a hill with a town and there's a castle on the hill, which kind of describes Waterdeep. I don't know exactly what Red Larch looks like, so I can't say. And that there were devils and demons fighting each other. So I know what that is.
Matt Fartigan says it sounded like Barovia. That's true. In the village of Barovia, the castle is right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could have been. In my head, I had it locked in that they'd gone back to Waterdeep. That's why I was so confused. Like, I should probably watch that again real quick and listen. But and there was demons and devils fighting. It was like, what? What is happening? I don't get that. So right now, the two groups are still split up. Right?
Yeah.
One's in somewhere with Demons and Devils. And where's the other group?
They're still where they were.
In the end?
Yeah, they're still at the end.
Yeah.
So one was then Laksha didn't go with them, I guess, right?
I don't think so.
No.
She still needs the ring from them, right? Did she take the ring from them?
Nope.
Oh.
We'll find that tomorrow, I guess.
So tomorrow,
I think she expects that they will take it to where it needs to be, and things will play out in her favor, maybe.
Yeah.
Whereas the other, her lover was like more, I'm going to force this to happen. You don't have a choice here. I'm going to take it. I'm going to make sure it happens.
Or maybe she thinks the demons and devils are going to kill them. She'll just show up and
That's
grab the ring.
Yeah.
And done. You know, maybe that's her idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that fourth one, that one where it went by really fast. It felt like.
Yeah.
It was the shambling mounds. Then she showed up with her sickles. She had 2 sickles, I think. Chopped up some shambling mounds with them, and then they took a carriage ride, and they went to the mists, and
it's interesting watching them both DM, because Jerry definitely has that more like lighter feel, whereas like I was watching them, the C team people in Group A in that third episode, just like, oh my god, what is
this?
This is what?
You could really tell that they were in the Shadowfell.
Yeah.
So I can't guess how the groups are gonna get together tomorrow. And they both still have their rings, and the bad guys both still want the rings.
Yep.
So I have no idea. I was thinking maybe this is a thing where it's like these entities are gonna inhabit 2 characters and
that's
get
true.
married.
Maybe
that's true, because like those are like kind of like vehicles for them at this point. The ones that they had.
Oh, remember one of the groups when they're first their building is in the mist. They look at the window, and a ghostly woman, looks in.
Yeah.
Was that Laksha, or was that just somebody else?
We don't know.
Not entirely sure.
Yeah.
I think it was, but I'm not going to say either way because I'm not sure.
The person looking, I think it was Donar, right? Dinar?
It was Cthulhu. I do believe.
He had to make a saving throw, right? And he made it.
Yep.
So it was like, I was wondering if like she was going to possess him.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
And then, but then that would have thrown the whole. I don't know. I have no idea. I thought it was Irina, you know.
Oh yeah, for a minute.
Yeah.
Totally.
Right.
Ooh.
Strahd's lady that you know that Strix accidentally killed way back when.
Happens.
I don't really. That was a thing where that was a DM call, you know.
Yeah.
Hold person, you know, she could fall off, she could not. So I don't feel like Strix should feel bad about that, because I don't think that wasn't like an inevitable, obvious thing to me.
Yeah.
You know, that was just
not.
You know,
it's not like incinerated a bunch of dwarven slaves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. That was a little more. Why did you open it right there? But it was that was in the heat of the moment too.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, usually
in the moment.
It was like he was alone in a fire giant fortress full of enemies.
Yeah.
And he sees these dwarves and he's got to get out of there right away. So I can see, you know, why he did what he did. I'm not sure. Well, he just didn't have time to pick all those locks.
Yeah.
I guess so. Not sure what else he could have done. You know, what there was, except promise them, I'll come back for you. He could have said
Oh God.
That. But did they really want to go back to Iron Slag after all that?
Oh hell no. We should never go back to any place they came from ever.
No.
Mad Fartigan would have opened the flask too. You had no idea Mygar was that large. That's another thing. Yeah, he might not have known.
That's true. In character, they didn't. That's true.
No.
He might not have known all the details of what he was letting out, you know.
Yeah.
So, that's true. So, yeah, that was all 4 shows. Now, tomorrow, there's one big one with all 8
3
players
hours.
and both DMs. It's 3 hours? Okay. These flew by.
They were,
always do it like this. It's so easy to watch this way.
Yeah.
Like they should do those big stream of many eyes things. They should do this too, I think.
Yeah. Although like I think it's cycling between just two groups, I think keeps it pretty breezy.
It's funny how D&D's changing. In the old, it was always like a 6-hour session was standard.
Ooh.
And over time, now it's like an hour and a half is fine. I got to a point in 4th where it was like a few hours is enough. 2-3 hours, that's all. I don't want to do more than that. So.
Yeah, I think 2 hours seems like if you're doing like a stream, seems like the optimal way. Because I think 3 or 4 hours is a lot.
I think that's part of the reason, in D&D, one of the big problems is always scheduling and getting people to commit to play every week. When it's just 2 hours or an hour and a half, most people can do that. But if it's like 6 hours, not many people are ready to commit that much time. That's a whole day. It's like almost a work day.
Yeah. So. Like I can't do like the 6-7 hour ones anymore.
Yeah. That's like a big shift because people have to learn to run their game completely differently.
It's like episodic in a way, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like it much better because in those old 6-hour sessions, there's a lot of nothing going on. A lot.
And,
when you know that you have like timetable to keep, it's a lot easier to figure out when to stop planning and just do something.
Yeah.
Whereas if you know that you're just going to go for 6 hours, you can go on and on and on debating what to do. I've had that happen several times.
Yeah.
So that was day 1 of Waffles Incorporated. Do you have any other thoughts you want to get out there before we wrap it up?
That Blood War stuff.
That Blood War, yeah.
It's very interesting to me. I wonder if it will tie into the Skizzix-Lorcatha thing at all, maybe? Or if it's just, I wanted to use the Blood War, so why not?
Strix
something like that.
Devils, so there could be devils there that,
Yeah.
If it could be like, well, I know the Blood War goes on all the time, but if it could be like some sort of ramification of the ritual and the breaking of the contract and stuff, the planar pulse that happened when Dieth handed over the key,
Oh. Yeah. They leaked in. It cracks in the multiverse and they came through.
Yeah.
You might be right. Dang. All right. So you want to do some plugs? Sean, you got any plugs?
Just every other week on this channel, Saturdays, Power Square RPG, and Hell's Bells on Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern. Great Mode on March, tomorrow.
Yeah, I finally caught up.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, sweet. But that's pretty much it.
All right. Dylan, got any plugs?
Yeah. Tomorrow, unfortunately, the same time as DCA.
Oh no.
On JEBriggs79 on Twitch, we're doing the last session of our 5th edition campaign. We're in the headquarters of a Cthulhu cult, so that's fun. My poor little gnome druid is alone. Tuesday at same time as DCA would usually be. We don't know if there's going to be an episode on Tuesday this week. Same place, called Cthulhu, French Revolution.
Nice.
A lot of crazy, weird stuff going on there. And then Saturday, here on Power Square RPG, the best place on the internet for D&D, we're going to be doing more Peril at the Port, right, Sean?
Yeah. Peril at the Port. Yeah, actually, the next mission is the one I can't wait to do. So.
Oh Lord. My character's dead too.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
Oh, you got.
Oh boy, I need to send Sean stuff for that because I had an idea. I got to send him.
Oh really?
You're that, or you have like resurrection. You have to go through the species thing.
Yeah.
Your group looks real different after the beginning of that thing to right now.
If Winter had kept the weird aboleth skin, it would have been even worse.
Oh, that aboleth skin was it's a pain.
All right. So tomorrow, after the Waffles Incorporated Day 2 is done, I will do another show on this channel. There's no Dungeon Academy because I'll be doing this instead. But I will have 2 of the Dungeon Academy players with me.
Yeah.
Rena and Aya will be on. So that should be really awesome. And then get back to normal next week. Next week I might run 2 games on Saturday. I'm thinking about if I can get everybody together.
And then
So,
maybe there'll be DCA. We're not sure.
Maybe.
Tuesday, yeah, we're
my
not sure
God.
yet if they're gonna have another episode. That would be funny, right? If they do another.
That'd be like a lot.
They're all together right now, right? Are they
Yes.
all? They're all in Seattle.
Yeah.
Yes, but Jared can't do it on Tuesday, so that's maybe
right.
maybe they won't.
That's right, Jared can't
That's
make
right.
it. Yeah, he didn't want them to play, from what you can see. So, all right, everybody, thank you very much. We will see you later. Thanks for